Hello everybody, Greg Solstice here coming at you with more Primal Carnage, and once again we're on Marsh actually. I believe the last thing I just posted was from Marsh, and initially I had commentary over this, like just live commentary, but listening to it I realized it was a lot of me moaning about the lag and everything else and not saying anything constructive at all. Oh, the lag is pretty big, and I'm actually, funnily enough, going to talk about that for a solid chunk of this video. But anyway, so as you can see, my frame rate is not that good. I think the average was under 10 frames a second, which is kind of hard to play with, especially in a game like Primal Carnage, which I guess can translate quickly to any kind of team deathmatch, player versus player kind of deal. Not like a MOBA or anything. Pretty much anything but a MOBA. It's really bad. So any FPS. Of course, this is a third-person shooter, but bite me. Anyway, it gets really hard because a lot of this is trying to judge people, where they're moving, where they're going to go, and all that, and it gets really difficult when the lag is really bad. So I guess kind of some advice for when you have a lot of lag and you can't do much about it. Like in this case, I'm fairly confident that one of the biggest sources of lag on this map is the map itself, because I play a bunch of other maps and I don't have half the problems I do. I have less than half the problems I do. So it's the map itself, and my internet's also not the best. I've played this back at my actual home, and it's still a little bit, but I'll sometimes get 10 to 12 frames a second, which is a lot better to work with than 6 frames a second. But here in Iowa, you don't get nearly as good as internet because I'm sharing it with 30K other students. I realize it's a slight fallacy, but it doesn't matter. But when you can't do anything about lag because of just where you are, what you're doing, and all that stuff, things that I suggest to keep yourself from going insane. One is to lower your graphics settings. I know your computer can probably handle it, at full or medium, but kick it down to either low, or if you're at high, kick it down to medium. That helps a lot because it's less things for your computer to worry about. For instance, like anytime there's a game that says dynamic shadows, I say screw that and turn it off because I don't care about shadows. I want to play the game. I'm not going to pay attention to shadows. I'm sure it'll look gorgeous, but I don't need shadows. Not really, at least. And stuff like that. I talk about more, but there's a lot of guides out there right now about how to do various video settings and what they mean and all that. So I'm not going to get too much into detail. But lowering down your graphics settings is something that most people don't want to do, but you really should do to help really help your frame rate per second. Now, when it comes to actual gameplay, don't pick skill shot classes, which is funny because I'm playing Raptor, but anyway, but okay, we'll use Primal Carnage example because I'm playing it right now. It helps a lot. Trapper is almost completely skill shot based with his net. That's his primary function, is the net, and you'll drive yourself crazy because you'll never make a net because they'll always be doing crazy stuff. For a more general example, sniping would suck because you're gonna line up your headshot, and then just as soon as you pull that trigger, as soon as you click your left mouse, or if you're playing with the controller, you pull the right trigger or whatever, they're probably gonna you're gonna glitch out or you're gonna lag out, and you'll miss the shot, and you'll be like, what the hell? To the gameplay right now, I decided to go Tyrannosaur because no one else is doing Tyrannosaur. I'm doing crappy enough as it is. I'm like, oh, might as well give it a go. It was really bad. I'm pretty sure I don't get a single kill as Tyrannosaur at all. One of the problems is that this map is surprisingly open. It's got a lot of areas where there's giant lines of sight, and as a Tyrannosaur, that's not very good. I mean, you can try and hang around the rocks, but there's only so much you could do, and then you have to move out. Funnily enough, and ironically enough, the grass actually might end up being a better place for big dinosaurs because you're really hard to see. Of course, I think that's also where the lag's the worst, so that helps too. I'm trying to stick in the bushes right now as Tyrannosaur because that breaks up your outline a little bit. You're a little bit harder to see. Not much, but it's a little bit and helps. Though, anyway, moving on to my discussion of lag. So, things that help with lag, don't be a sniper, don't be classes that require big skill shots or, a lot of precision. Alright, back to gameplay. Giant group of people, I charge in, hoping to stamp someone, and they apparently manage to all get out of my way, which is incredible in and of itself, and incredibly frustrating. Luckily, I cannot embarrass myself again. I see this giant group, so I switch Carno, because I know Carno is good for breaking up groups. So I switch to them, hoping that I can at least hit someone or something, and maybe because I'm smaller and a little bit faster, that it'll all work out, but we'll see how that goes. I don't even remember how it goes, to be honest with you. Anyway, so that's a big thing with lag. Don't do skill shots. Try and lower your graphics settings, and also totally check the ping of the server you're on. I actually didn't do that for a while. I just be like, here's an appropriately populated server. Let me get on it. But it's not worth it when the ping is like 200 or so, because that's just gonna make your day even worse. So just do that. There's little things. And if you're playing, it's a lot of lag, check the ping of the people you're playing with, because if the server may be low ping, but if you're playing with people in like frickin' Australia and you're in the Midwest United States like me, it's gonna bog down the server a little bit, and that's gonna bog you down, and it just turns into an awful thing. So check that. Checking the people you play with, the peoples you play with's ping. That was a mouthful. Can help a lot. All right, I guess we can start talking about the what's the name? I guess we can start talking about the gameplay a little bit more, mainly because I'm running out of things to talk about with lag and all that. Once again, I switched to Tyrannosaur because no one was Tyrannosaur, and you can never get better at something without practicing. Of course, I'm picking the laggiest map in the entire game to practice on, so yeah. I can see that it's been marked. There's a bunch of people, so I'm trying to go after them. I see this commando. I'm like, all right, you're mine. Tree blocks my way. Branches in the way. Managed to step on him, though. I think this is the first kill I've gotten the entire round. If I've pulled up the scorecard, I haven't been paying attention. See the scientist. I'm going to get rocket launched. I lose where the scientist ran off to. Apparently she was right in front of me. I think I caught a glimpse of her. Now, mind you, a situation like that, having no lag would have been nice, but I still might have lost. Here's the score. Oh, crap. I'm not going to go back to that. Whatever my score was atrocious. I'll just hit the mic. That's going to sound lovely when I look over this again. Anyway, not having lag would have helped, of course. Maybe it would have been better because I could have tracked their motions better. They were kind of jumping around a little bit, and so was I. But ultimately, it probably wouldn't help that much. Yeah. I'm Raptor, looking around, trying to find people, because I can actually kind of play Raptor sometimes. It doesn't help also that I haven't been playing this game regularly. I'm having to buckle down with school. I have not had the best academic year so far, but at least in some regards. Haven't gotten back one exam, so we'll see how that's going. But I've been buckling down a little bit, doing a lot of studying. I got an entire schedule now. Got a list of things to do between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. pretty much every night. So, yeah, that's great. Means I record less and means I post less, which, of course, I think I got 20 subscribers, which thank you, by the way. I don't think I made a video of that. Thank you guys for those of you who are subscribed. You do honestly motivate me a lot, which isn't saying much given how little I post, but I really do appreciate it a bunch. And all the likes help and stuff too. Anyway, so I haven't been able to post as much because I haven't been able to play as much and record as much, and I'm less likely to record if I'm doing really crappy, or I have really bad lag like this. Yeah. So that's a thing. I know there's a guy on the other side of this rock going to gameplay, so I'm like trying to sneak around, and he kind of disappeared. I don't know where he ran off to. Apparently he decided not to chase me. I was waiting for him to come around, and then I'd go full slashy, which didn't happen at all, sadly. Makes me sad. How much time do we got left? We got like a minute-ish, minute 45. I'm not paying attention entirely to the top of the clock in the right screen because apparently I hit record at a funny time. But anyway, so there's all that. Haven't been able to record as much, haven't been able to post as much because of that. Also, the crappy internet also applies to posting YouTube videos. The last one I tried to post took about 2 or 3 hours to upload, which is a sad day when back home, for instance, it would take about as long as the video was. So if it was a 15-minute long video, it would take 15 to 20 minutes to upload, which was nice because then I could go back to doing other things and my computer wouldn't be sitting there whirring silently, or not silently, whirring constantly, which is kind of a thing. Alright, I got a minute left that I have to fill with nonsense because I refuse to let you guys listen to silence. And since I was talking quite loudly, may I add, I can't even have this playing in the background, so I'm pretty much the only thing you get to listen to here. I've been playing a bit of Kerbal Space Program. Those of you who are subscribed probably see those videos. Of course, apparently no one watches them, so not sure I'm going to keep posting that. I mean, I know I only have 20 subscribers, but not getting much in the way of feedback on that, so, I'm not going to keep posting stuff you guys aren't going to watch because that just doesn't make sense. Got another kill right there. Feels good. Complete luck. The dialo probably took him down a lot. Trying to hit this Pathfinder, but between him and I jumping around, I'm pretty sure my claws should have been hitting him then, but they weren't, so whatever, man. Trying to decide who to pick. Man, I hit the mic again. Jesus. 20 seconds left. Doesn't really matter. I'm in the tall grass. It's Lost World Jurassic Park. Great time. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. And it's like there's a raptor on a taro on a guy, and there's a Tyrannosaur over there, too. It's just a It's just a mess. Blimey. Alright, there we go. I end 3-17-5. Somehow not the worst on my team, which is a terrifying prospect to say the least. But that ends the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you like. Subscribe if you want to see more of this. Like it if you did. Thanks again for watching. Take care.